22nd. I guess the Lord had me in the right place, the right time, with the right commitment. I was president of the Selma City Teachers Association. And then we had agreed that, and I persuaded teachers for the first time to engage in a teachers' march. And so we agreed, after they signed their names to a petition, that we were going to march as a teacher group. And so on January 22nd, we met at Clark Elementary School here, which was the school where I attended the first grade through the sixth grade. We met upstairs, and we marched double file. My partner was my 10th, 11th, and 12th grade science teacher. His name was Mr. A.J. Durgan. He was the incoming president of the Selma City Teachers Association. And we led that march, teachers, for the first time in the United States, coming down the steps of Clark Elementary School, down Lawn Street, down to Alabama Avenue, down to the courthouse. Teachers, for the first time. Getting down to the county courthouse, that was standing next to the steps, the superintendent of education, the chairman of the board of education, to persuade me, because I was a teacher, to take the teachers back to the school, because we had made a point, and that no longer should we try to pursue that right from that particular point. And I told them we had a right to be at the county courthouse. It was our courthouse. We were not backing down from our right to be there. And I asked the superintendent and the chairman of the board, who signed my check, to step aside. We went up those steps. Jim Clark had his deputies across the door, and he indicated that we were trying to make a mockery out of his courthouse. And we indicated to him that that was our courthouse also. He gave us 1 minute to move off of those steps. At the expiration of that minute, he took the billy club and jabbed us down the steps on the sidewalk. And my partner, Mr. A.J. Durgan, who, as I said, was my teacher, he was not quite used to that stuff like I was. And he asked me on the ground, he said, "What shall we do?" I said, "We are going back." He said, Yeah. And so we went back the second time. We jabbed down the steps after a minute, and he asked me the same question. I gave him the same answer, and he gave me the same response. The third time we went, I really was trying to get all the teachers arrested because teachers were not aware of the tremendous influence. They were the largest black professional group here in Dallas County. And so after going back the third time, he said, "If you don't go up these steps," Jim Clark said, "we're going to arrest you." I said to myself, exactly what I want you to do. And so at about 45 seconds before that minute expired, someone on the inside of the courthouse came and pulled him on the inside of the courthouse door and said, I didn't go in there with him, but I can imagine what they told him. For goodness sake, don't arrest those teachers.
Yes, that was Reverend Dr. Frederick D. Reese. Welcome to the Lineage Podcast.
What's going on?
Thankful Thursday. MJ Reese, Alan Reese here. Appreciate everybody joining us consecutively every week. We've had a great and busy week last week. We appreciate all the love for FD Reese Day. That was March 21st. We celebrated over the last weekend of March 19th. Gave away some community. Say it again.
So we don't have any pictures to show.
I think I got some pictures.
Okay.
A few. I put a few up here. FD Reese Day. Well, matter of fact, I got this video here.
Come on!
video. Go ahead, bro.
I was excited, man, that we was able to give away all the stuff we had, man. You know,
Yeah,
wish we would have
really
had
was.
more. You know,
I got a picture here. This was the tents we had set up with some of the things that we was giving out to the community, much needed. Like I said, we appreciate everybody coming out. Appreciate FD Reese Day. Before FD Reese Day, though, we went to Cedar Grove Elementary, talked to some students for Career Day. Here's a picture of me and my brother talking. I think these the first graders.
second graders, man.
It was second graders.
Yeah.
There and another classroom here. Yeah.
So I love that. I love doing that. I promise you. Out of everything we do, the intimate settings is where I love to dwell.
Right.
You know, the tours, talking to the classes, man. That's man. Which I should think about going back to school to be a teacher, because man, I can do that. You know.
Yeah.
Now I don't know if the school system would allow my mindset of discipline in the school system. I probably would have to be a private school teacher.
Right.
Man.
Right. But yeah, it was a great weekend. Appreciate the love, and we're gonna do next year. We're gonna elevate it to another level. Now that we kind of seen, because the first year we had it was right after pandemic, and we kind of they did it. It was the inaugural type of thing. They did a caravan and things of that nature. COVID was kind of hot in, and of course this year coming up was pretty much our first year coming out of COVID, and yeah, so it was good. The turnout was good. It was from 11 to 5, but the community came out and supported. I think we was pretty much done in the 3:30, something like that. 4 o'clock we was wrapped up. But everyone came out. Appreciate our family, man. They really showed up. Shout out to
Brian, Betty,
Betty,
even
Jamal, Richard, all of them, man. Everybody, especially our mother, man. My mama was down there a few days before getting everything ready. So we appreciate that. You know, our team is really steps up when we need them. Because of course, me and my brother can't do everything. And they really step in and show out, and our team is growing.
And the great thing about it, man, is that our mother was able to finish getting the house ready. Now, the people that come and tour the home, they can tour the whole house now,
right?
And not just the downstairs area. Man, I'm excited about that.
Yeah, you can go upstairs now and see the rooms of the children and the bathroom and all of that. So it's a great thing, man. We're expanding and very excited about this upcoming year and things that we're doing. We have tours lined up and everything. So we appreciate FD Reese Day. We appreciate Selma. We appreciate Abina Hawatha, Miss Lisa James. We appreciate everyone that was involved. We're going to do it even better next year. If you don't have the book, you already know what time it is. You don't have the book, Selma Self-Sacrifice, please get it. It's on Amazon. Oh, I got some in my eye. It's on Amazon. Book the tour on Viator. Matter of fact, you can go on www.fdreesefoundation.org and book it. Book the tour, please. We have a lot of things coming up. Foundation, we've been out lately, y'all. We've been outside. We've been collaborating with the New Georgia Project. We had a paint and sip last night. That was great. Got to do some networking and be in the building with the New Georgia Project. We also got other things that we're going to collaborate with them also. We also put in the work a back to school event, back to school drive. We don't know the name of it, but it's going to be something of that nature, hosted by the foundation. So we definitely going to keep y'all updated on all of that. Am I missing anything for the opening? I'm not missing anything. Y'all know how we do it. Y'all know what time it is. First Nurse Kimberly Reese coming to drop the jewels with her health segment. And don't go nowhere. Y'all know what time it is. Kimberly Reese will come back with the health segment of this week's show. So don't go nowhere. 30 seconds. going on, Kim?
Hey MJ, how you doing?
Doing good, doing good. I know you're finna drop some jewels for us. I know this is part 2 of how much of your health are you willing to spend in the name of beauty. Part 2. We talking about cosmetic surgery. So all the ladies, please listen up.
Yes, men too. You know Michael Jackson.
Well, yeah. Facts.
Yeah. Hello,
Okay.
everyone. Happy Thankful Thursday. I'm happy to be here again this week to give you your weekly dose of health information. Well, as MJ stated, last week we talked about hair and the different products that could cause problems with your health, such as perms, different products that's even hitting that we're thinking, but with natural products. And they also have harmful products. Well, this week I'm going to ask the same question. How much of your health are you willing to spend in the name of beauty? And as MJ stated, we're going to be talking about cosmetics, surgery. So again, what are you willing to pay for the price of beauty? I actually thought the number one cosmetic surgery was BBLs, but I was completely wrong. Can you guess? Well, according to Hopkins Medicine, the top cosmetic surgeries are actually breast augmentations, liposuctions, nose reshaping, eyelid surgery, tummy tucks, and facelifts. So I thought that was interesting. So I thought it was BBLs as number one, but it's not. I was completely wrong. And according to the American Society of Anesthetic Plastic Surgery, I actually posed the question: what ethnic race, ethnic group has the most cosmetic surgery? And according to this graph right here, Caucasians rank at 98%. I'm sorry, 78%. That's the green. They have the most cosmetic surgery. Coming in second place is Hispanics. They're at what, if I'm not mistaken, it's 8%, and then African American come in third. We're 7%, and Asians they're 5%. So as you see, I thought that was an interesting facts right there. It breaks down the different ethnic race and groups of as far as surgery. Also, there's a blog produced by Little Rock Cosmetic Surgery, and it states that cosmetic surgery is becoming more popular with minorities. I thought that was interesting. A new survey by American Academy of Cosmetic Surgery reveals that more than half of respondents think the popularity of cosmetic surgery has grown among members of their racial ethnic groups in the past 5 years. So, as you see, more blacks, Hispanics, Asians are having more cosmetic surgeries. And I thought that was interesting. Also, written by WebMD editorial contributors and reviews by Dr. Baran MD discuss the risks of plastic surgery. On this screen, it's talking about the plastic surgery according to the ethnic groups, which one is more popular. With Asians, facelifts is more popular. With Hispanic, tummy tucks, and liposuction for African Americans, we tend to get more liposuctions, according to this article. While more than 30% of those surveyed said that they would seek out cosmetic surgery of the same race ethnic group themselves, over half said that they thought it would be difficult to find a surgeon the same race as them. I thought that was interesting as well.
Mm-hmm.
And going to the next screen. So, what are the risks of plastic surgeries? The main risk of you going under the knife with plastic surgery, of course, is unexpected reaction to anesthesia, infection, scarring, excessive bleeding, blood clots, nerve damage, fluid buildup, and separation at the incision site. Beware that there are many more specific set of risks associated with specific procedures you choose to get. Also, with the non-invasive procedures, there are also risks that runs. There are the less invasive procedures like Botox and fillers have become more popular in the recent past. The frequency that doctors perform this type of procedure increased by 154% between the years 2000 and 2014. So they also, again, non-invasive procedures also run a huge risk for infection, bruising, skin redness, granulomas. That's the lumps of cells in your immune systems, and also pain and irritation. As I mentioned earlier, BBLs, again, I thought that was the number one Oh yeah. Also, let me go back. Who is at risk for the most complications? If you're a smoker, if you have a weakened immune system, HIV, if you have poor diet and lifestyle choices. Also, if you have a BMI greater than 30, you have a risk of increased complication for a plastic surgery. So I thought that was something you may have want to know. Also, I was talking about I thought BBLs was the number one cosmetic surgery, but I was wrong. So I want to expand more on what is a BBL and what does it stand for. BBL stands for Brazilian butt lifts. The Brazilian butt lift is a gluteal fat grafting procedure that utilizes excess fat collected from other areas of the body to add to the buttocks for volume and projection and to overall shape the anatomy of the butt, pretty much to make your butt look bigger and rounder. Um, Regardless of this, Brazilian butt lifts surge despite the risk, meaning that more and more women they still choose to do the Brazilian butt lifts. The procedure has the highest mortality rate of any cosmetic surgery, but many women are still daunted, meaning that they're not phased about this fact, which wows me. So again, the Brazilian butt lifts is they said that this is the number one procedure that can cause deaths, but a lot of women are still getting it. So why are they dangerous? What is the biggest risk of BBL? The biggest risk of BBLs is the grafted fat is injected too far into the buttock muscles. As noted earlier, the transfer of fat needs a blood supply, so most of it needs to be injected into live tissue. However, an unskilled surgeon may inject the fat into muscle where it can enter the blood vessels. So I thought this was an interesting fact to let you guys know the butt is actually a vascular system. And I have a picture of it. As you see, these are a lot of vessels and vascular. So that's why it's so dangerous. If you're trying to do the BBL and if a surgeon does not know what he or she is doing, they can inject the fat in one of those vascular areas and a clot can form. It could be a fat emboli or a blood clot. And if that travels throughout your body, it goes straight to the lung. I've heard a story where a young lady was leaving a BBL procedure on a flight. On her way home, she collapsed, dropped dead right there in the airport. A fat emboli went to her lung from her butt. And a lot of people don't correlate the butt to the lung, but it's a very vascular area. So I thought that was interesting to let people know. And it's the main artery in the butt. And if you go to the next one, MJ, um, I'm sorry, I thought I had that, but the main artery in your butt is known as the inferior gluteal artery. So that's the main artery that, if it's not done right, if the surgeon does not know what he's doing, that's what clogs the vascular system, and it could be very deadly. So I thought that was interesting. So I never had surgery. I never had plastic surgery. But for you guys who want to know more, my advice would be research your plastic surgeon. Make sure the surgeon has the proper license, the board certification. You make sure that the facility where your surgery will be taking place is properly accredited. So that's very important. Ladies, men, do your research, okay? Last but not least, also, ask your surgeon questions honestly. During your consultation process for cosmetic surgery, your surgeon will ask about your medical health history. Answer honestly about your past surgeries, about your past health histories, about your medications or supplements that you're taking, and just be very honest and clear and transparent as possible so you can have a safe outcome. And again, ladies, men, you're beautiful just the way you are. If you choose to have it, that's on you, and I'm not against it, but it shouldn't be a make or break thing for you. And that's all I have for you.
Yeah, I agree with that. We appreciate that, Kim, letting everybody know, because you're right, man. A lot of people now are getting the surgeries, and
Yes, they
it's
are.
especially in the women are getting the BBLs.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe if they knew more of the risk, that might, kind of help them make a better decision about it or be more cautious about it. So
Yes, I agree.
we appreciate that.
All right. Thank you
Listen,
guys.
don't go nowhere. We will be back. I'm gonna say it's more than 30 seconds. We will be back. We're gonna talk about a few things, me and my brother. Give Kimberly, first nurse Kimberly Reese, one more house round of applause.
Hey, Kenny Anderson, I see you.
So we will be back. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back.
Nice.
If you courageous, we got one for you. Reese, what you talking about? We paying respect to the ones before us. Okay, let's get it. It was 8 people who stood against injustice. They called them crazy. If you don't know who I'm talking about, let me introduce you to the Courageous 8. Yeah.
I got the mind and the muscle, with the grind and the hustle. I never back down, it's a habit. Adversity, I accept the challenge.
Oh, bro, ain't dead.
Hey, man, why you didn't keep that going?
Huh?
Why you didn't keep it going? I was ready to play the whole song.
Oh, nah. That just
Courageous.
look, we can't play the whole song, but hey, it's fitting.
Come on, man.
For the first topic. Because it's a commercial, man. You don't want to play the, you know.
Man, that's all right. This our show. What that is, what they say, it's our own show. We ain't got nobody over us.
That's true. Hey, Courageous 8, man. I guess that'll segue into the pictures you just sent me. It was an article that was written on the Courageous 8, and it's fitting that this came out. Well, we got wind of it on FD Reese Day weekend. We are trying to, if y'all have to know, we are trying to bring more awareness to Courageous 8, bring more awareness to the local movement in Selma before it became national, and kind of put some respect on not only our grandfather's name, but the local leaders in Selma, Alabama at that time. And I know we have to regurgitate this so much, but we have to document it. One thing I did know, now that if you Google FD Reese Day, it has March 21st on it. And see, a lot of the time when you keep talking about it, the algorithm picks it up, and then it becomes stamped. And so what we are trying to do is not only get our grandfather his due respect and put his name in his proper place, also the other local leaders in Selma and the Courageous 8, which was the board of directors for the Dallas County Voters League, is also a part of our journey. They coming along right with us. So we have it came out, and I'll show the picture. This is the front of it here of the USA Today. That's the front of the paper, and then right here is where see Courageous 8 risked all in Selma.
That's right.
So that's I can't, I have good eyesight, but I can't read that as
Get you a copy. It's a digital copy out there. Get you I'm gonna get me a physical copy. Matter of fact, Ms. King yesterday said she gonna put one up for me, and I'm gonna frame it.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? That's you today, man. We're gonna keep riding because the New York Times need to do, everybody need to do a story on the Courageous 8, and let's get this story right and stop letting all these individuals lie. And talk about themselves and not talk about these 8 individuals who the board of directors of the Dallas County Voters League who orchestrated this whole situation in Selma. You know what I'm saying?
That's correct.
I appreciate USA Today, but we still not satisfied. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna keep rolling. keep rolling. I mean, in the article, just for my own personal, in the article, I read some things about Mr. Doyle that I didn't know, and about how his wife passed away.
She had to travel to Georgia.
She had got fired for
Think
being
about
in the
it.
movie. Yeah,
she was a teacher.
Right.
She got fired in the city of Selma. She had to drive every week to Georgia and teach and come home on the weekend. Okay, if that's not blackball, what is it?
And she passed away on one of those trips.
on one of those trips in the car accident.
In the car accident, right?
Come on, man. We need to know.
Man.
This need to be a part of history, man.
Right.
We always just talking about, John Lewis and Snick and the SCLC. No, man, these folks in Selma gave so much. And Mr. Doyle, a lot of people don't know Mr. Doyle was the first elected official, black elected official in Selma. He won. He wasn't after Reconstruction. He wasn't voting, but he won by default. But he was still the first black elected official. F.D. Reese came in. They was the first elected as far as going through the voting process.
Right.
But he was the first black elected official coming out of Reconstruction. And if you don't know what Reconstruction was, that was after the Emancipation, the Proclamation. And Reconstruction was this. Remember, blacks were House of Representatives.
Right.
Before racist white folks decided to, because we was gaining so much movement, they decided to put us out the political process. You get what I'm saying? That's why they say since Reconstruction.
Since Reconstruction, right.
So yeah, man, you these folks need to know about these people. I guarantee you don't know, Reverend. You got to get Dad. We got to get Daddy on here to talk about.
Got to get Dad on.
Reverend Hunter used to, when the Ku Klux Klan used to come in the city council meeting in Selma, Alabama, suited and booted. If you don't know what suited booted is, that means they had
with their hoods.
With their hoods.
And the robes.
And used to get on and say the Klan is not a disgrace to the white race, but a disgrace to the human race.
Human race.
Right in front of them.
Right.
Listen, these courageous, they called them crazy. They called them crazy because they were standing for what was right when most wouldn't. So they said these folks got to be out their mind. So we're trying to introduce the world. We studying about Dr. King and Atlanta and all this. If it weren't for these 8 who led the foundation of voting in Selma, Alabama, you do not have Mayor Maynard Jackson.
In Atlanta, correct.
In Atlanta, Georgia.
You don't.
All the black mayors that's in Birmingham, Montgomery, to these black governors, and all, if it wasn't for the crazy 8, the courageous 8 in Selma, Alabama, the county of Dallas County, what would we be? Like Hiawatha would say, what would we be?
Right.
Let's just be honest.
That's right.
So I thank you, U.S. today. Now call your sister company. What's that? New York Times.
New York Times.
Let's get the writing. You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
Right.
Y'all can help us fix this.
Yeah, we see. Hold on, that dad checking in. That dad, amen. Oh, that mama is one of them. Oh no, yeah, it's probably mom. Shout out to Hiawatha. On FD Reese Day, she led like she did last year. She goes to the bottom of the bridge and released the balloons, the Sigma color balloons, in Granddaddy's honor, in FD Reese Day honor, and this particular year, we weren't there, but our mother was there, our grandmother was there, some of our family members was there, and even Mayor Perkins dropped by to say some kind words. So we appreciate Hiawatha for doing that. Make sure we there next.
That's one thing about Hiawatha. She gonna make sure.
Oh yeah, definitely.
She got to walk on that bridge and let them balloons out herself. She gonna do
it. Yeah, it's getting done. You believe that?
You better believe that. It's not 9 times out of 10. It's 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. It's getting done. It's getting done. And she is actually shooting to try to make FD Reese Day a national holiday, man. So yeah, we really appreciate that. So she checking in. But yes, just to kind of continue that, I think it's twofold. Auntie Violet was there also. The problem is twofold. The nation doesn't tell the truth because Selma don't tell the truth. We got to be honest.
What happens is, let's say this: when people come in Selma, and they speak in front of the bridge like the president,
correct.
The people that's on the stage with him that know the truth, Don't say, Miss President, that wasn't right, Miss President.
Yeah, Mr. President. Yeah.
It's great to say, or Dr. Reese was the president. That was kind of votes lead. That's why they was here. Okay, let's keep going.
Right.
Using Representative Terry Sewell, that was wrong.
Yeah.
Let's redo that.
Right.
Next time you're on camera, let's get that right. See, we have to start checking people. We got to start checking. You know what I'm saying? When they get it wrong, the people that know the truth just don't look and stare. No, even if I understand you can't check them right there, but afterwards you say, "Look, let me pull you to help you with your knowledge about this. It was blah 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 happened, blah blah blah." So the next time you speak about it, you can be right in what you're speaking. Let's say that.
Right. That's true. So yeah, we got to do a better job in that. And it's not just us speaking. It's other people that's jumping on the board trying to tell the truth. But yes, FD Reese was president of the Dallas County Voters League. I don't care how you slice it. Under his leadership, it grew from 100 to over 2,000. You tell me what's going on. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
The first world all teachers march. Hey, that's just what it is.
Yeah, so we are on a mission. Yeah, we're on a mission, man. So if you hear this, and some of our listeners, our weekly listeners, they should know this. But how many times we say it, they should know this. We're gonna start giving out some prizes. That's what I'm gonna start doing, because I got some gift cards.
We got to. Yeah,
we're gonna start giving out some prizes. As much as we have regurgitated this information consistently. Somebody should know the day of the Teachers March. Somebody should know the day of Bloody Sunday. Somebody should know when they started the successful march from Selma to Montgomery. Somebody should know at least 4 names of the Courageous 8. Somebody should know.
Got charged with embezzlement.
Somebody should know. Yeah. And somebody should know.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was saying somebody should know how many civil rights leaders stood up to when he got charged embezzlement.
Oh yeah, they should know that. That's easy. That should be easy.
I'd say that's 0.
You want to play the video? I got the video of Mr. President. We can segue
Mr. Former President.
Mr. Former President.
You can say that. You go
segue into that. It's our next topic here. Yeah, listen to this.
Our children are captives to unhinged Marxist educators who are pushing inappropriate sexual, racial, and political material on our children from the youngest possible age. They're not old enough to think. The current education system is so upside down that school prayer is banned, but drag shows are absolutely allowed. Do whatever you want. You can't teach the Bible, but you can teach children that men get pregnant and that kindergartners are allowed to pick their own gender. You can't talk about the Bible. You would not trust these people to babysit your children for 30 minutes, and we should not let them educate millions of American students 6 hours a day, year after year.
Now I know. I would say this. I'm not a fan of Donald Trump. I didn't vote for Donald.
Right.
But a dead clock is right twice a day.
Twice a day, man.
And what Donald Trump just said is right.
It's the truth, man.
Those words that he said is right.
It's the truth, man.
We cannot play in the schools. We allowing boys to transition and call it transgender and take over women's sports, which is not right. My daughter plays basketball. Of course, my daughter's almost 6 feet at 12 years old. It would not be fair that a boy that says that he feels like he's a girl to go play basketball with a bunch of girls. That's just not right, MJ.
Correct.
I don't care how we slice it. It's the truth. Now, I don't believe that you overshadow these individuals. I believe that you give them their own lead. You know, but I feel like it's just not genetics, man.
Right.
A boy is born in this world stronger physically Not always mentally, but physically.
Mhm.
We're talking about brute
Right.
strength and
Mhm.
those type of sports. 9 times now you have some exceptions. Some girls just that good, point guard, dribble, this and that. But when it comes to physicality, their boys are just naturally stronger than girls. And we just have to acknowledge that. And even with some of the things he was saying, he's right.
Yeah.
I feel like the racial thing, I feel like I kind of disagree with him on the racial thing. I feel like we need to teach these young people about the truth about American history. You
Right.
can't hide it from that's truth.
Mhm.
That's what. So I disagree with him saying that we pushing racial things on the kids. No, teach them who America really was and is, so
Mhm.
that generation will not repeat itself, and we can
Right.
truly move. Yeah,
Right. And then the generation coming behind us will understand. The more knowledge you gain, the more knowledge you have on a particular situation, then the more understanding you can be.
and a better
So
decision you can make.
right. So
That's right.
if I truly, if I was a Caucasian man and I truly dived into what this country was built on the backs of slaves, if I truly dived in that, then I would have a sense of empathy with my black brothers on why they feel the way they feel about
That's right.
white people,
That's right.
because I have a sense of understanding. But if you are trying to omit what has happened, then you not only omit the knowledge, then you also have the it's a threat to omit the sympathy and empathy of the generation coming up. So the children that are 7, 8, 9 years old, if you don't teach them what really happened, then as they go out through life, then they will be so naive to not even know, okay, why were the blacks treated like this, or they would not completely understand why the people that they work with and the people that they travel with, the black people that they see pass through every day, why they would feel a certain type of way. So you 100%, I agree with that. It's not pushing any type of racial divide. It's just telling the truth. It's just like what we're doing. That's what we're doing. We're not trying to discredit Martin Luther King. We're not trying to discredit John Lewis. Like I heard Reverend Al Sharpton when he was interviewing Terry Sewell, and he said, we know Amelia Boynton invited Dr. King to Selma. And I'm not trying to take credit from Amelia Boynton when I say that's just factually not true.
That's right.
You have to give the credit when the credit due. Even if you said the Courageous Eight or the board members of the Dallas County Voters League invited, they came together because all of them didn't even want to sign them.
What's facts is that the letter that my grandfather signed and agreed to and thought it was appropriate was written at Miss Boynton's house. Miss Boynton's
Correct.
Facts is that Mr. and Mrs. Boynton, Mr. Sam Boynton and Miss Boynton, because of they were business owners in Selma, they were able to lead reviving the Dallas County Voters League. See, that's fact. You see how I didn't say my grandfather was the leader of reviving the Dallas County Voters League. He was one of the board members that they put on there that agreed to be a part of the reviving. But it was Sam Boynton who was leading the way. Those are facts, MJ.
Facts.
Those are facts. I'm not gonna put my grandfather in that place when he wasn't in that leadership at that time.
Right.
And that was in 1956 when the NAACP was banned from participating in Selma, Alabama. And you see members of the NAACP move over into the Dallas County Voters League, which was Mr. Boyle and I think Miss Boyle.
That's right.
if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the Dallas County Voters League from 1956 on was that group who headed the voting rights movement in Selma, Alabama. Okay, those are facts.
Facts.
Those are facts, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So
Facts.
so when you're speaking, it even with me, even when we do tours, I'm gonna speak the truth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's just real time. I'm gonna speak the truth. And now the thing is, I can't help that my grandfather's role in this was a humongous role that they have took over. So we still
yeah,
gonna-
and to piggyback on Trump is you know, some of the things he was saying, we see the evidence. And when he said they took prayer out of school or Bible out of school, and we see the evidence of that. They're telling boys they can get pregnant and things that we seeing the evidence. Even Serena Williams said an interview after what show the guy was on, the tennis player. He was on the show with Gail, who was interviewing him, and he said no, the women, the top women player would be average in the men, right? Yeah. And so Gail gave him pushback. Then Serena got on the interview and said he was right.
Right.
She said, I don't want to compete with men. I have no desire because they're faster, they're stronger. She got on there and echoed everything he said.
That's right.
The truth is the truth, man. And even though I may not like the mouth that the truth came out of in this particular video, I agree with 85% of what he said.
What's wrong with telling our kids, you know, even with sports, look, you just need to work hard.
Right.
I would tell my son, you are not finna transgender and go and play in the women's sports with ladies. No. Right. Physically, it's just like when I see news that they dominate, I'm like, they should dominate.
Right.
They should dominate.
They should.
And I've always said this. I said, what if a boy that has D Wade's, let's say Dwayne Wade or Steph Curry, athletic ability, decides to transgender and go to the WNBA, they will score unlimited
amount of points.
And people will look at that and like, oh, hoorah, but this is a male.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Appreciate the women's sport for what it is.
Correct.
And let women play it.
Because it's a lot of women that have worked their whole lives to get to that point. And the last thing they want is a transgender man coming there dunking on them.
Running against them in track.
Right.
Bone density, the muscles and all that naturally is bigger.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You know? You heard what Daddy just said?
What?
That's Dad. That's Dad. Response.
Truth is the truth, even if it comes out of a hellish mouth. That's right, Dad. That's right.
That's right.
100% right, Dad.
100% right. Donald Trump spoke it.
He spoke it.
That's the truth. I don't get mad at people just because I didn't vote for them. I don't agree with their policies and all that. You know that when they speak truth, truth is truth. I look at him and say, he's right.
And it's another thing. One thing they made a mistake with these schools: took paddling out of school. Shouldn't have did it.
Teachers can't kept it in there. Teachers can't teach. Teachers are leaving the classroom by the drone.
Bro, did you see I forgot. It was an article. They had all the teachers speaking. It's teachers that left teaching to go Uber.
Wow.
It's teachers that left teaching and they went to work. It wasn't Target or Walmart. It was something like that, bro. They left teaching. They said they couldn't do it. And teach 12 years teaching. I remember the lady that Uber said she left. She was there 12 years and she couldn't take it no more because she was stressed out because she had no voice.
That's right.
And I can see that.
No authority. No authority. They have none. And the kids know it. The kids know it. These kids right here, these are the generation that the kids that understand their rights.
Yeah.
When we were growing up, it wasn't no such thing as telling my parents I understand my rights. The rights were the laws and rules that our parents made.
For real.
Abide by them, or you was gonna get a whooping.
Right.
Simple as that. You're gonna get some type of discipline.
We the generation that heard I brought you in this world, I take you out.
And we believed it.
We believe that thing, boy.
But we the generation that we're rather for the teacher to call the police and the police not take us than
Right.
call our parents.
Yeah. Just do whatever. Just don't call
I'm
me.
gonna call my mom and dad. Please don't do that. You hear that? I'm talking about your stomach is through your body. You know the butterflies you get.
Man.
It's unexplanatory how what would happen if they would have said, we're gonna call your mom and dad.
Yeah.
But these kids don't care. They call them. That's backup for them.
Right.
They got backup.
Man.
Come on, man. So what I'm saying is that we got to get the home. You know, I know it's some dysfunction out there, but we cannot continue to blame dysfunction, man. People just got to raise their kids.
That's true.
And instill some type of value in your kids. I don't care if you're a single mother, single father,
Right.
auntie, uncle, them. Let me tell you something. Love is not always a feel-good action.
Mhm.
Love is corrective too. We got to stop wanting to see smiles and make our kids feel good.
Right.
And what we're doing, we raising spoiled brats.
Yeah.
And it's evidence that teachers can't even go in the classroom and teach, bro. You know, MJ, we weren't perfect. We had our moments.
Yeah.
I mean, Miss Treadwell, my 5th grade social study teacher, Miss Treadwell kept a ruler. You know what I'm saying? It's just what it was. She kept a ruler, and if you got a line, she gonna hit you with the ruler. You think I went home and told my mama that Miss Treadwell had to hit me with the ruler? I'm gonna get a belt to my backside. You get what I'm saying?
Right. I don't want to tell
you. Had to hit you with the ruler. My mama didn't want going to the City Grove Elementary talking about you shouldn't have touched my child with that ruler. No. I was happy Miss Treadwell just hit me with the ruler and then call
That's
me
it.
up. You know? So
Yeah.
what I'm saying is we got to get back to that, man.
Mhm.
That you get these teachers some type of authority to do something.
And I think it's done by design because, bro, think about it. They got cameras and stuff. I've seen the news another day, or did I see it on social media, where some schools are building these protective shield things for in case the school shootings. They are doing that, and it's neat though. The teacher she goes to a latch.
Yeah, I saw that.
She pulls it out. But one thing we do understand, that's not going to be in every school. That's one. And number two, if you can do all of that, why can't you have cameras? Why can't you keep prayer in the school? Keep some type of discipline, physical discipline, as far as like a paddle, and have cameras to the point where the teachers are held accountable because they know the eyes are watching, and the students are held accountable because they know they will get into trouble.
Mm-hmm.
We can do all of this other stuff, get all these cameras, all these metal detectors, all these new state-of-the-art school gyms and cafeterias and stuff. But then when it comes to things morally, we're taking everything out of the school. A security camera ain't gonna fix a troubled child if you're not keeping them in line.
That's right.
It's not, bro.
My thing is this, man. Why, if you go to every religion, you know, we're supposed to be religious people, but every religion is around some type of structure of being disciplined.
Right.
I don't care if you read the Bible, the Quran. I don't care if you practice Buddhist. I don't care what you believe in. It is grounded in some type of structure of discipline and regulations that you have to follow.
That's right.
So why is it that we get to school? I would just say, I think Daddy said, FD used to say, well, we're gonna all pray. You know, you pray to your God, this and that, but we're gonna all acknowledge and pray, and so we can have a good day and be on one accord, and we're gonna move forward.
Exactly.
I understand why they can't do that, man. I just don't, you know.
Because they let too much of the parents influence get in the school.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you what does happen. Them senators and House of Representatives and all them, they got their kids in private school where they are praying, but they help making decisions on what your child can do in their public school. You see how that goes?
Mm-hmm.
Most of them got their kids in private school, and that private school can paddle, that private school can discipline, that private school gonna pray, and all that. but they making decisions on
Mhm.
what's going on in the public school. You get what I'm saying?
That's right.
How about these politicians? How about we change the law that they cannot send their child to private school? Your child got to go to public school.
Mix in with us.
Mix in so you can see what's going on and you can feel the problem, because how you feel the problem is your child being affected by it.
Right.
Not by what people telling you. Sometimes you have to be affected by the problem to want to change the problem, bro.
That's true. And I remember I was looking at the Breakfast Club, one video where Killer Mike was talking to DJ Envy, and they were talking about, and DJ Envy's kids was in private school and all of that. And Killer Mike was 100% right. He was like, my children go to public school.
That's right.
He said they go to public school so they can be amongst people like us. Just because I made it don't mean I pulled my kids out. He said public school is one of the best things there. They teach you how to be grounded and everything. And he was 100% right. He said my kids go to public school, man. I don't care what it is. And they are, and he was like, my kids are grounded. They appreciate different things because they know they can see, how it is.
That's right.
So it makes them have a different level of appreciation on it. So I thought that was kind of neat that someone like that who can afford to send their children
to private schools
and stuff.
How much money I got? My kids ain't going to private. You're gonna go right there. Learn.
Right.
Learn some things out there, man.
That's right.
Be amongst the people. It's dysfunction everywhere. That's how the real world is.
Right.
I can't 100%. Hide nothing from you.
That's right, bro.
I can't hide nothing from you, bro. Because when you get out there, I got to make sure you can survive in this
right.
world.
Right. 100%. And so that, in a nutshell, that's basically what we're talking about. The truth hurts, man, sometimes. And that's why this show is named The Truth Hurts, because it points in the different categories that we're talking about. Donald Trump told the truth. And MJ and Allen Reese Sr., we're going to tell the truth about Selma and the movement, whether you like it or not. And we also have proof. So you really want the truth, you can come holler at us and look at the receipts and all of that nature. And so it's
I always thought, why don't people want the truth to be told? What's so bad about the truth?
It's different reasons, bro.
You know what I'm saying? What's so bad about the truth?
Well, the truth show is different in different categories. The truth show can show your insecurities and your shortcomings. That's one category, because if I tell you the truth about yourself, then it exposes something that you may already know, though, and that's the crazy thing. Like for me, I'll be transparent. I'm getting a lot of dental work. When I was small, I was running around my grandma's house. Fell, knocked my teeth up in my gums. They grew back crooked. I was snagging tooth. I was singing all I want for Christmas is my two front teeth for a few years. But the truth is, I have to get more dental work than most people. But if someone tells me that, it's not going to hurt my feelings because I already know it. The problem is a lot of people don't want what they know privately. They don't want it to be exposed. That's one thing why people don't want to hear the truth in their face. That's the same thing with Selma that's going on. We're telling the truth about what really happened. But see, some people know they have been invested into just letting John Lewis take the credit. Or just letting Martin Luther King take the credit.
Yeah, or some people who didn't do what they said they did and they try and get credit. That's true.
They know if the truth comes out, then they will be revealed.
They'll be revealed. And people look at them like, I've been bamboozled.
Correct. So it's different reasons people don't like the truth to come out, man. But I think the main reason is either they have invested so much into a lie is one. And the second main reason is because they don't want what they know privately to be exposed publicly.
That's right.
It's hard to swallow the truth, bro. But the realest people are the ones that tell the truth the most. Those are the people that people respect the most.
Respect. Tell me.
I don't understand.
Don't make me
just
feel
like the truth. What First Nurse Kimberly Reese said, the BBLs, when she said that women are still getting them, even though it is high risk, right now it is the number one cause of death cosmetically.
Yep.
and women are still lining up to get it. Why? You know why? Because the truth is they don't want to hear you are insecure. They know it privately.
Mm-hmm.
But if you tell them publicly, the truth hurts.
Or sometimes we don't want to put the work in. If we go to the gym and work out, put some weight on it, do what we need to do, and that's sustainable. I think I had a Facebook friend, man, a few years back. She had it done a couple of times, man. And one time she went over there and she died on the table.
Look at that, man.
Your life, you lost your life
over nonsense,
over a botched surgery.
Come on, man.
Let's just, I never forget I saved this video I listened to on Instagram, and I watched this video every day. Man said these simple words. He said, you know what? It's two things we get in life every day, a chance and a choice.
That's right.
He said, we here, you got your chance. But sometimes the choices that we make put us in the predicaments that we in.
That's right,
so we
bro.
have to make better choices, Jay.
Point
if
blank.
we only made better choices.
That's right.
If we're truthful with ourselves and truthful with what's going on. And I just say for the Black community, for us, our history would not be so much screwed. We know that the institution did not tell our story right, but then when it comes to us, not telling the right to choose that choice, to choose to not tell our own history right.
Right.
Some got to be wrong with you.
Correct.
And for us, individuals like us have to go and try so hard,
right,
to fix it, because not the white folks, because our own would not be truthful, and that's a shame, bro.
Shame.
Choices that we make, man.
My mother-in-law said the truth will set you free.
That's the truth,
100%.
So be truthful. Be truthful about history. Be truthful about your life. Be honest with yourself. Tell yourself the truth. I know I ask myself, I look at God and say, God, show me who I am to you and show me who you are to me. Right. I want the truth. And it'll be and you'll be surprised what you get from there. But I think that choice, bro, choices that we make. Stop choosing to support a lie. Stop choosing to do that. Choose to support the truth, man. That's just how I feel.
And that's how me.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's how me and Charlene is, bro. Me and my wife. We always keep it real with each other, man. You know what I'm saying? Even if it can be a possibility where I can look vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of men don't like to do that. But one thing I have noticed is when you put the truth on the table, then you give the other person the chance to be able to say, okay, let's try to fix this together, or I just can't do it. But when you're a person that lies all the time, bro, then no one believes you. When you are telling the truth, it's hard for anyone to believe you. And so
that's right.
The truth may hurt initially, but in the long run, for the marathon, the truth is always the best antidote. It's always the best medicine, bro.
That's right.
So that's the thing with Granddaddy. See, a lot of the times people have taken credit or looked over him and omitted him. But one thing about what we have is the pictures and the proof. For the marathon, they're gonna have to eat those words because it's just not adding up. 1 + 1 is always gonna be 2, man.
And my thing is, don't let what I would tell individuals, don't let you wanting part-time or short-term benefits to mess up your long-term legacy. Because one thing about it, but the truth gonna hit. Hey, just like Granddaddy say, out of every night a day break, day gonna come. He ain't never seen it fail yet. Man, truth gonna hit some light.
It is.
Truth gonna hit it, man.
It is.
That's guaranteed.
It is.
So don't let a short-term lie mess up the legacy that you have, because one thing about it, sometimes legacy your legacy, people are not as forgiving when they feel like that you have been lying to them.
And you're 100% right. And I'll touch on, even though we not that type of podcast, but I give an example. Feel how you want to feel to the people. But the great example is Mr. R. Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at, whether you believe it or not, or whatever the case is, the brilliance of that man, the musical genius inside, that he displayed for all of those years. Once the real truth came out, look at how his legacy has a stain on it.
And he would probably be the greatest artist to never be properly honored for his work of his artistry.
Come on, man.
And that's the thing, because truth come out. Now I don't like I said, I don't know the full story of R. Kelly.
Right.
I don't dive in it like that.
Right.
But what I'm saying is it's some clouds there.
Right.
And what happens is when you are not honest with yourself on what you need help with,
correct,
or not, and look how, and you want truthful in your choice,
right,
has damaged all the work that you did, and it will always be screwed forever, man. And I never forget R. Kelly, and I don't care nobody say, no one could do a verses against him. No one. He was the perfect artist. He can write for himself and write for other individuals like we never seen before.
Mm-hmm.
That's truth.
Right.
People when they wanted to mute R. Kelly, silence R. Kelly with his music, yeah, you might have silenced the songs he was singing on. But there's so many other songs that other artists is singing still today that he wrote that you might not know he wrote.
Right, and then you can't silence them because some of them biggest hits, you take them out their pocket.
That's right.
So
what it's done to his legacy.
Right, man. Right.
So and he is in a place that he cannot defend himself.
He defend himself.
So what I would say to civil rights leaders and the ones that are still living today, well, if they ever see this video, I know some of them do. Of course, I know some folks have told them what the Reese brothers doing.
Yeah.
Listen to this message today. You still have opportunity to tell truth.
Oh yeah.
But what's guaranteed is that truth is coming.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And we in it for the marathon. Mm-hmm. You know, if you reach the Courageous 8, these individuals in Selma will get their due credit.
Correct.
Universities, high schools, elementary, middle schools will read about them. Mm-hmm. They will be the forefront. I'm believing that, MJ.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm believing that when years from now, when we open the book and talk about voting, it will be the Courageous 8 that these people remember and talk about.
Mm-hmm.
It would be the Courageous 8. It's not a slap on Dr. King. It's not a slap on John Lewis. But the thing is this: without those individuals, without that groundwork and that in the concrete that these individuals laid in Selma, Alabama, they solidified Martin Luther King legacy. They introduced John Lewis legacy to being a part of the political system as a House of Representatives. That movement in Selma shows you that is the biggest movement out of all the civil rights movements that happened.
Right.
Eyes on the Prize will take you all the way back from 1956 about what was going on in the civil rights political world for Black people. But the Selma movement is the biggest movement, and everything else is umbrella up under that. And that's the truth, bro. That's the truth.
100%.
So I'm believing that one day when they talk about voting, they're gonna talk about the Courageous 8, man. They're gonna be able to break those individual lives down separately and corporately.
That's right.
To get a better understanding. And I'm believing it. I'm believing it, bro. That's the truth.
Point blank.
And that's going to happen. So all the individuals, you still have opportunity.
Right.
Y'all share these videos too, because y'all know we know them.
Right.
Please take this video, your phone or whatever, and show them that, look, truth is going to come. Solidify your legacy by standing up and saying, look, y'all, I just got to tell you it was them Courageous 8 And these are the names of these individuals.
That's right.
Put the groundwork down for us to do what we did. We came and did. We came to assist
Right.
what the foundation that was already laid.
That's right. That's right, man. 100%.
Now,
We can end on that.
yes, sir.
End on that
Hey, man,
note.
now, won't you end on playing the whole song of Courageous?
Do I have that?
You got the whole song, man.
I don't think I have it on here. Not on the
Tease us like that.
yeah, I don't have the whole song. Not on here.
It ain't on your playlist on your phone. You can't upload it.
No, I can't upload it.
Okay.
I'll probably have it next time.
Yeah, we'll
And,
have
and you see, I got all the other songs except Courageous. Good God Almighty.
Oh man.
Yeah.
It was the week to have it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we can end on that, man. We appreciate y'all joining us. Tune in with us next week. It was something that I was gonna mention and I did not mention. I done forgot now, man.
Too young, you be 40 this year, boy.
Oh man, that 40 gene coming, and they're like the brain going with it.
I want to say this before we leave. I want to send my condolences to the Best family. Mr. Tyrone Best found out today that he passed this morning.
Mm-hmm.
And man, Mr. Tyrone, I want to send my condolences to Alex and Gabriel.
Okay.
Best. Mr. and Miss Valerie, both of them are going to be with the Lord, but they were very instrumental in our childhood.
Very instrumental, and to be honest, some of the things we do, we done took a little bit out of the page.
That's right.
The, network marketing.
Network marketing. Yeah, man. Mr. Tyrone, he's having us in the office out there, man.
Yeah.
We never knew this. His groundwork that he was instilling us then will help us today, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know.
Right. And let's be honest, he was doing it before it became.
He was doing it before it became. But
Man.
everybody see Lob there and them do Alex, Good Energy,
all the networking,
all them Eric, all them. Man, Ty was doing it in the 90s.
In the 90s.
They respect him.
Right.
You know? They respect him, man. And just send my condolences. I got to send my condolences out to my cousin Quinaj. She lost her father.
Lost her father, yeah.
To Uncle Ed, he lost his nephew.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. I just had to just send a shout out to all those individuals. You know, because to be absent from the body is to be present with the
Lord. That's right.
No more pain, no more sorrow.
Mm-hmm.
The hard part is just us wanting them with us.
Yeah.
The touch and feel, the conversation is what we miss and what we long for.
And trust and believe we all gonna get there, man.
Oh yes, sir.
So what you do on this earth, make it count, man.
That's right, because only what you do for Christ will last.
That's right,
man. I tell my wife all day, I tell her this all the time. I say it's not my job to worry about how long I'm gonna be on earth. It is only my job to prepare my body to be here as long as possible.
Right.
To worry about when I leave this earth, that means that I lack faith.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So that shows lack somewhere.
Right.
I don't lack. I'm telling
you,
I don't worry about
it.
I don't worry about all that. What I do, I live my life as I'm gonna live into my 90s like my grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
I have faith that will happen, but guess what? I got my soul right. That if that don't happen, hey, oh well. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
So, and that's when you truly know that you're really right with the Most High God, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So when things like this happen, our faith should kick in and say, you know what? Especially when we know they were believers.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're gonna mourn, and it's a time to feel sorrow, but then it's a time to get up, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It's a time to act like I got some faith.
That's right.
It's some time to walk in it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
So I was just tell those individuals that, hey, mourn, cry, boo-hoo.
Right.
It's a part of the process.
Mm-hmm.
And it's gonna be a time you got to get up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So even when granddaddy passed, that was hard, but we knew, hey, we got to keep moving. When my grandma passed in 2005,
right.
my dog. I was young. That was hard, but got to keep moving. This is what they taught us. This day gonna come. Keep living. You keep living, it's gonna come.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They can't stay here forever. I know some people leave earlier than others, but this is a part of the process. God never said believing in him that we are excluded from this. What happened with Christ is not a death sentence of no more, it's a transition.
Correct.
And so we transition to eternity, man, and that's and it's just a part of the process.
And you know, Dad always say that, you know, jokingly sometimes when, you know, if a 20-year-old come in there and I come in there and I say, man, I played basketball, my knee hurt, and my knee ain't hurt, you know, Dad will always say, just keep living.
Keep living.
You gonna get to a point now.
That's right.
Where the knee gonna hurt now.
Yeah. Keep
so
living.
Just keep living. But that's the goal.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
I
was talking to an older person not too long ago. I'm saying the goal is don't feel sorry for yourself because you're getting older. Because some people don't have they can't see that day.
That's right.
They would trade places with you. You know what I'm saying? So keep living, man. Keep living.
And then, you know, recognize what's going on. I never forget. I tell people this story sometimes. I remember when Granddaddy got sick. And he was in the and we was transitioning him from the one recovery place to the other. I think the first he was off Decatur, then we wanted him to go somewhere else. And I know this is the hardest conversation, Jay, bro, I ever had. I'm being real with you. I'm talking about it took everything. I tried everything not to have this conversation with Granddad. It was Mama, Daddy, and Jada was at the place to go get Granddad and transition, take him to the other recovery place. And I know Granddad, you know, Granddad was the type of person, as he got older, he didn't want nobody taken care of.
Right.
You know, that's just the type of person. He didn't want people shouting him. Like when he couldn't do that for himself, hey, it's time to check out.
Right.
It's time to move me.
That's right.
And I'll never forget, man, we was at that place and Mama then went and got the wheelchair. And the Holy Spirit said, Alan, speak to your granddad what I told you. Now, Granddad was a wise person. I sat down, Jay. I sat back in the chair and I said, Granddad, I said, I know what's going on. I know you talking to God about the next move. I know you talking to him about your life. I said, but Granddad, I had tears in my eyes. I said, Granddad, when you get to this next place, I want you to try your best to get back up and start walking and this and that and do what you need to do. And I said, because there's some things that we're doing with your legacy that I want you to see.
Right.
I told her I want you to see. And I must say, FD tried his best. FD started walking. He did, man.
Yeah.
He book cover. He saw the silhouette. He helped us. You know, me, the person in me wanted me to see him to see this in the movie and all the everything.
Right.
But I said that I want him to see some things about his legacy, some things. So he did see some things.
He did.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So when he went on and passed, but to finish the story, he started doing well, and like I said, he saw his book cover, he approved it, the apparel company, he helped start the foundation. You know, he was there for the first March for Muscle.
Right.
He was there.
Right.
To see some things about his legacy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, and I must say, you know, that was a conversation because Granddad and I was a giant of a man.
Right.
That was a conversation that it took some guts in me to have.
Right.
But I knew the Holy Spirit had told me, you say it now because I told you to say it. But I appreciate Granddaddy for trying his best to see that. That's why we push hard. That's why I don't mind seeing what I got to say. And I don't mind telling the truth about what's going on because I told Granddad I want him to see some things, but we're going to see this through. So it's no one that can tell me to shut up and don't say this. Only one that can tell me be quiet is Aline C. Reese, and she the one tell me to keep talking.
Right.
I don't care if Al Sharpton was sitting right here, Barack Obama was sitting right here, I would tell him, you're wrong about this. You don't know. Let me tell you. You can still learn something about this movement. So, but yeah, man, that's I just wanted to share that story with everyone. Man.
Yeah, that's a good story.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm Granddaddy seeing the shirt, and you know when he'll see this shirt right here, y'all, with his face on it. And he would every time if anybody walk in with the shirt on, he'll say, That's a good looking man on that shirt that you got on.
Right. That's right.
Yeah. So yeah, he saw some things, man, and he understood, man, that wise people. Granddaddy was one of the wise men. It's my dad and my I'm blessed to have my grandfather and my dad be two of the wisest men I've ever known.
Right.
Even though they show their wisdom in two different ways.
Yeah, that's true.
Granddad and dad are gonna be a little different, but kind of the same. Because if you come to dad and you got to talk about something serious, daddy gonna give you whatever he say, roll with it. Because either he know about it or he done been through it.
Yeah, he gonna think about it. He gonna listen. Both of them in the same. They alike because they're gonna listen to the whole story.
Right.
They're gonna cut you off.
Right.
They're gonna listen to everything you got to say.
Exactly.
They're gonna think about it and help you come up with a sound, good decision.
Exactly. Exactly. And granddad, when you wise, man, when you wise like that, and we got a friend of ours, man. This boy cuss, he'll do out, but every time he got in front of granddad,
ceased,
turned off. Turned all the way off. So yeah, granddad had a respect that was like no other, man. So yeah, that was a good story, man. I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that. Yeah,
man. I know I told Kim that.
Yeah, but and let's be honest, man. It's people that's listening, man, that may have some things that they want to do that they are reluctant of doing it because, like you said, sometimes it can be lack of faith, and we human, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that lack of faith can check in, but I bet the difference, man. Sit there and consult with God and keep it moving, man, because it will come into fruition. Trust me. The only time you fail is when you give up.
That's
right. As long as you don't give up, man, and stay in the fight.
That's right.
God gonna be right there with you, man.
Be there right with you, man.
Right with you, man. And so think about it, bro. Think about it since we started really in 2017. We hit the ground running.
Running.
We ain't look back, right? We always pray. We said, man, if we just can get a team.
That's right.
To help us out.
That's right.
We can kind of delegate some of the stuff that we got, because y'all, believe it or not, we have a lot of things going on. You may come on the podcast every Thursday, but we have a lot of things going on. Podcast, book, documentary. We speaking now. FD Reese Day. I know I'm missing stuff.
All that, man.
Just a lot, right?
Yeah.
And so now God is really blessing us with a team, or has blessed us with a team, and I think He's gonna even expand from there to really help us out and to take us to the next level. So keep going, man. Just don't give up. Just don't give up.
We gotta keep pushing. That's in life. That's just in life, man. And I told my brother the day before we got on, I said the greatest decision me and my brother made, y'all might think, is asking granddaddy for his legacy. I said no. Greatest decision that we made was the wise we chose to marry.
Point blank.
It's just and I can say that so easy off my tongue because they support us. They asked us last night at the Sip and Paint, what motivates us? What motivates you? And a lot of people saying this, I motivate myself, this and that. And nothing against that. But I take self out the center. I said what motivates me.
It's confidence, bro.
Confidence. That's right. Why are you confident in life? I said it ain't got nothing to do with me. I said what brings me confidence is that my wife believes in me.
Right.
See, that the word said a man that findeth a wife has obtained favor.
Mm-hmm.
And see, now that I know that whatever I do, because of the woman that I've married, every door I walk in, I got favor. So that brings me confident that guess what? I got this favor because guess what? I'm in the will of God because guess what? He told me I got this favor because the woman I done married.
Right. And see, people, and not to cut you off because I know you finna roll with it, but people don't understand, man. That is a life partner, and they are there with you. They are there with you through every obstacle. Listen. I'm gonna just say it. if you are successful in life and you have been a single man throughout that success, you don't know how to celebrate.
Nope.
Because if you don't have anybody to share with them, I promise you, it don't mean nothing.
Don't mean nothing.
I promise
it don't mean nothing, MJ.
it don't mean nothing.
It don't mean nothing now.
And so it put an extra stamp on it, man, when you got somebody that been with you through the low times,
right,
and the middle times. So when them high time come, you want to run and tell them.
That's it. You want to go tell them, hey, let me tell you about my day. Let me tell you who called me today. Or let me tell you what interview I had today.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they're willing to listen.
Right.
That gives me confidence, bro.
Right. Right.
So the decision that I made the right decision.
That's right.
Because I'm in the will, because that's what God said.
Hold on. Deacon Brown is dropping some jewels, and so I got to he said we appreciate that, Deacon Brown. You know, he always,
that's on the grips.
On the grip. We already know what time to support all love. We know that. But this what he said, I'm the man I am today because of my wife. 100. That's my life. 100. See, and sometimes a lot of men don't publicly say that. Mm-hmm. But you have to realize, man, like you done said this, bro. God didn't give you a choice on your parents. God didn't give you a choice who your siblings are.
Sure don't.
He gave you a choice to pick
right.
your mate, man.
Your wife, bro. There you go. Your wife. He gave you that choice. So that's when you choose wisely.
Mm-hmm.
And when you find a wife, remember, he didn't say find a woman. He didn't say find a girl. He didn't say find a lady. He said find a wife. What is that? So it's the mindset of the woman that I'm choosing.
Mm-hmm.
See, there's a lot of cats out there who just marrying ladies. They ain't marrying no wife, and they wonder why they don't have a favor.
They making ladies wives.
They're making ladies wives, and the ladies don't have a wife mindset.
Correct.
See, the difference. A man that findeth a wife. You get what I'm saying?
And let's be honest, and let's keep it 1,000. That man know a wife when he see one.
That's sir.
Make no mistake about it.
Yes, sir.
He know a wife when he see
a
one.
wife.
You know how he know a wife? He gonna put all that BS aside for that one.
Mm-hmm.
He know that's a wife. He know that's one.
That's right. So they go back. Choose what to go back to, Jay. Your choices.
Your choices.
You got a chance. You woke up. The chance is there. You got breath in your body to go and work and go after whatever God has put in your heart, your desire. You got that chance. What choices you gonna make?
Yeah.
Our choices, bro. You have to choose your choices wisely. And I tell any young man, the major decision that you're gonna make in life is not what college you're going to, not the job that you're going to. Because 9 times out of 10, the job you got in your 20s ain't gonna be the job in your 30s.
Gonna switch, yeah.
What it's gonna be is that woman that you choose, that wife, that woman that you choose to be your wife is gonna be your greatest decision outside of accepting Christ your Lord and Savior.
Right.
But I'm telling you, as a partner, you're talking about a business partner. This wife is the greatest business partner you will choose in life.
Fact.
Listen to me now. Yeah. Any young person or any man that's on here that got boys, if you uncle or whatever, start telling these men that. Because guess what? A wife, she gonna ride with you.
Right.
Guess what? Hard times gonna come.
Mm-hmm.
That guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
I don't care what your parents try to shield you from. I don't care what your friend. Hard times gonna come in life. I tell people all day, welcome your Judas in life. It's coming. That storm is coming with your name on it.
Mm-hmm.
Granddaddy didn't tell us out there every night there comes a day for no reason.
Right.
Every night. He didn't say when sometimes night comes. No, he said out there every night there comes a day. That means that night coming.
It coming.
Who gonna be there with you?
Right.
In the physical that you can see God manifesting.
Mm-hmm.
Who gonna be there with you in the physical?
Right.
Right. And see, we don't have enough of this message in our culture, MJ.
That's right, bro.
We don't have this message on these podcasts and on these TV shows and all this. We don't have this message, but this is the message that we need to hear. Me being in charge of my grandfather's legacy is not the greatest decision of my life. Me
Nope.
choosing Kimberly Dion Jolly to become Kimberly Dion Reese was the greatest decision Alan Reese made,
Facts.
because she has been with me through all of this. Through all of
Bro,
MJ.
don't understand, bro.
I need to go get my word. Let me get my
Hey,
Bible
man,
points
I
out.
would, hey, I be
Hey,
wishing, I wish every man just can get a little bit of it, man. Just to,
bit.
you know what I'm saying? Just to experience it. And unfortunately, every man will not experience that and create that mindset and grow into who they are, because the relationship that helps you grow the most is your marriage.
All day.
It's not, listen, I love, bro, you know I love you to the
That's
wheels
right.
fall off.
That's right.
But it ain't,
It ain't our
my marriage is where I have grown the most as an
That's right.
individual, as a person, to coexist with anybody.
Mhm.
Ain't even, listen, we know, even with the word, we know what it says. Even if you just go on a physical and moral level, bro,
Mhm.
the growth is what you gonna experience. The best growth is a marriage.
Man.
I don't care what nobody tell you. It ain't climbing up no corporate ladder.
Mm-mm.
It ain't becoming a millionaire.
No, sir.
Some people do that overnight. Look,
Mhm.
listen, all married couples know marriage your marriage did not get to where it's at overnight.
It's work.
It had
But
to
it's the
take
greatest work. And you talking about bundles. You marry the right person, guess what? They're gonna make sure your health right. They're gonna feed you right. They're gonna care about you. They're gonna listen to you. They're gonna allow you to be vulnerable. They're gonna shield you.
Right.
They're not gonna embarrass you.
Exactly.
A lot of people out there embarrassing each other. They talking about they married, but they embarrassed. They
Right.
embarrassing each other. A wife ain't gonna do that. She ain't gonna embarrass you. Now, she might say it in an argument.
Yeah.
Everybody get to argue.
Yeah.
But that's just frustration. And you grow to learn how to fully communicate. That's a part of being married. It's a part of it. So that's what I would tell young men. Find you a wife.
Yeah.
Then let's build everything else out.
Right.
Find you a wife, man. Hey, man.
That should be the first step.
First step.
First step. I know we didn't got our subject, man.
But we move by the spirit, man.
Yeah, you know, yeah.
We're gonna move by the spirit. If the spirit lead us to move, we're gonna move.
Gonna move. Gonna move.
That's right.
Look, man, we appreciate y'all joining us. Join us next Thursday. Be back. We're gonna try to start back bringing our guests back. To highlight. We've been extremely busy to keep it lined up and keep everybody in the loop. But we appreciate everybody joining us. Appreciate everybody celebrating FD Reese Day with the hashtag and saying happy FD Reese Day on March 21st. Join us next year in Selma. We walk across the bridge. We'll keep y'all updated on that. Our thoughts and minds and hearts are clear. We appreciate y'all. We will see y'all next week. Man, it was one more thing I wanted to mention. I forgot. We'll see y'all next week. Take care of yourself this weekend and hug on your loved ones, man, because we as we can see today, God is taking them home, but like you say, absent from the body, present with the Lord. But we know it's tough. So rest in peace, Mr. Tyrone, to Quinaya Daddy and Uncle Ed nephew, man. Rest in peace. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.